Hi friends, as I still just haven't unpacked from BLFC completely yet, I did want to kind of break down the whole weekend. And I was going to do a con vlog footage thing, but I'll just steal a bunch of footage from Majira later and post that. Because I did get a couple good videos and pictures, but realistically, I want to talk about something bigger that happened at that convention. And that was all the drama. Now we know furries love our drama, especially the ones who didn't attend the convention. But there were a couple different things that happened, people being punched on the casino floor, being kicked out for certain reasons. But there was one that stood out amongst the rest. And that's the one I want to discuss today. You see, there was a particular pizza party that happened to catch the eye of the entire internet, and furry Twitter just wasn't having it. But because I am curious and I am an advocate of the truth, I wanted to know exactly what happened and why everybody was so upset. So I reached out to the coordinator of that party himself and asked for an interview so I can go over a couple of hotly debated questions over what really happened. Now the interview is a bit lengthy itself, so I will just skip all the fun stuff and let's get right into it. Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can.
Okay, I don't know what was going on there. My computer was having a meltdown. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for coming on and answering some questions for me and the people.
You're welcome. Oh, anytime. Oh my goodness. Oh.
So I wanted to. You're so cute. I wanted to ask you a couple questions, just because it feels like there was a lot going on all at once. And a lot of people, it seemed like a lot of people weren't letting you talk. So just to get your opinion and your side of everything, I'll go down a couple questions and see what you have to say. So this is specifically about BLFC, just to be clear. But what brought this party about and why did it happen in the first place?
Okay. So it started when I was going to the airport in Atlanta. I was going home. So I decided to wear my fursuit to the airport because I couldn't fit it in my bag, like literally couldn't.
Right.
And I flew with it on. Someone took a picture of me, like at the train station, and they posted it on Twitter. And like it like blew up. It like blew up really hard, and I didn't like expect it to. And I got like, I don't know, like 800 followers in like a day.
Wow.
And I passed 1,000 followers, and I'm like, I don't know how to celebrate passing 1,000 followers.
Right. Gotta do something.
Yeah, I wanted to do something, so I decided to slash dog treats and eat them. So I was hungry. That's where this started, because I was like, well, for 1,000 I slash treats, and for 2,000 I was like, I want to get 20 people together. I want a pizza.
That's
This was my plan. That was my plan from the beginning. Like a couple months before BLFC.
So it was more planned. It was more of a plan and less of just like a spontaneous. We're just gonna do this for no reason.
Oh yeah, like this was planned. Like I planned this for months. I had the logistics. I've been planning this party for months.
Well, see, that's good to know, because it seemed like a lot of people's understanding was that you guys just grabbed a bunch of people at a wild sex party and finished off a pizza.
Oh, I mean, like, I could totally understand how it looks like that, but, like, this was, I was talking to friends, like, gauging interest in the pizza party, like, hey, would you do this? Like, would you come on my pizza party?
Oh, please. Yeah, well, I don't think there was any question on if it was consensual or not, so I do appreciate that clarification. But the second question that I have is that there were rumors that the pizza was left out in the hallway for just anybody to accidentally eat. So could you clear up what happened with the hallway?
Yummy floor pizza. I see it on the ground.
Oh yeah.
So the context that nobody really has is that the party was hosted in a double suite at the end of a hallway. So it was it was 3 rooms actually, because it was a double suite with 2 rooms on both sides, and then they had a connecting another hotel room.
Right.
So the entire hallway was all of our rooms. Like, it was their room and it was our friends' rooms. Like, everybody there was like usually at the party or like
Right.
there like for that reason,
Right.
at the con, etc. Adults like, and after we like it took about 5 hours. Took about 5 hours to get
To
get the
finish
nice
the party.
pizza covers onto the pizza.
All the
We
toppings.
had probably 60, 70 people rotating in and out of the room.
Okay.
It was wild. And so after the party was done, we were cleaning up. I was cleaning up the party. I was cleaning up the pizza. I put the pizza in the hallway, outside the door because we had a bouncer, like doorman bouncer the entire time. Like people were getting verified to come in, people were leaving. He was making sure nobody was like doing anything that they were supposed to. We wanted to make sure it was good and people were supposed to be there. So we would like ID people, or we would like make sure they're like in the pizza chat that I
Right.
made, like etc. So I placed the pizza outside the door, out in the hallway for about 30 minutes.
So it was never
people-
unsupervised, is what you're saying. It was never just left out for random people to come by.
Yeah, it wasn't left out for people to come by. The people that fuck with the pizza were the ones leaving the party. Like
Right.
they're the ones leaving the party, fucking with the pizza, like on the outside of the door. Like we were watching it the entire time, and after 30 minutes of like cleaning up, like I took the pizza and threw it away. Like I took it out and put it in the trash can in our room, like in a trash bag.
Right.
And that still wasn't good enough.
Which is the normal way to throw stuff out.
Yeah, and I had to go back and take a picture of me throwing it away because it wasn't good enough for Twitter.
Apparently, yeah. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Most people, the thought was that it was just left out, and who knows who might accidentally just pick up a random slice
Yeah.
of pizza off the ground.
We didn't leave it out for paid service to clean. Like we cleaned it up
Right.
ourselves. Like that was totally not something I would do to the hotel or anybody. Like that. That's not cool, and I wouldn't
Right.
do that.
Of course.
messed up.
Yeah, I think majority of the people, especially the people who were there at the con, understood that. But a lot of people online ran away with some misinformation. But
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Misinformation happens. It really does.
yeah. So my next question is just that after this picture was posted online, how fast was it before you started seeing a bunch of misinformation?
Oh goodness. I mean, like it was pretty instant. I mean,
Right.
like, it was pretty instant. People were assuming things were like the things that just like didn't happen. Like I heard so many rumors and so many just like crazy things that people said, like that just weren't true. They just weren't true. It was instantly, honestly. Like it was as soon as I posted the pizza. I mean, I made the comment saying like it's in the hallway. Like I mean, I was like joking and
Right.
probably a bad thing to say.
Right, and
at
if
the time,
without
but,
the
like,
extra context of what you were trying to give, I mean, I could see how people
Yeah.
would mistake that, but they should mind their business.
Yeah, for sure. It was all consenting adults. Like we didn't harm anybody. I made sure the party was well run. Like I wanted it to be a good time for everybody involved, and nobody got hurt. Yeah.
And then, so it's a lot of people's misunderstanding that you were kicked out of the hotel for this directly. Was it because of this party, or was there another circumstance that they actually kicked you out of the hotel?
So I was told by the GSR security that I was trespassed
Mm-hmm.
from the hotel for 6 months for using their logos in my social media posts.
Oh.
And the only time I ever used their logo was when I arrived to BLFC. I took a picture of like the building.
Okay.
And it was a pretty picture with a rainbow next to it. It was so pretty. They should pay me for the picture. It was so
Right.
good. Oh my god.
Well, so it seems more like what happened is not that you got kicked out for having that party, but because of all of the uproar on Twitter and on the internet, they started to notice there was enough incoming drama that they didn't want any of it, so they kind of put that on you.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. I assumed they just didn't want me in the hotel because of what happened.
Right.
And it was like service to, who like higher management or whatever. But
Right.
like they were really cool. They were really chill with it. They didn't. It was pretty funny because when I got kicked out, I was getting we took an RV to the GSR from Denver to Reno, and they were driving me back to the RV, and the security guy just like looks back. He's like I'm in full suit, and he's like, what do you do? And I'm like, do you really want to know?
Do you really want to know? Do I have to explain it? You can show them the pictures, I guess. So, do you think that that party in particular is a bannable offense from the con or from the hotel, or
Absolutely not.
yeah,
I mean, it was done between all consenting adults,
right,
and like it was done safely and responsibly, and like as the person who ran the party, like I made sure everything was good. Like
right.
I made sure everything was like people were not like getting hurt. People were like okay. Water like it was really hot in the room. It got to like 80 degrees at one point. We had we had DJs. We had Kale with your DJing. It was
Oh,
amazing.
cool.
Oh my god.
There's certainly a lot worse that has happened in hotel rooms. And even me talking to some of the staff at the con, I brought this up to them. I was asking, like, what's the worst thing you've seen? And normally with furries, they say it's mostly just sex stuff, but a lot of the normal guys that come through are breaking things, destroying property, and we didn't hurting people. And we didn't really do any of that, and I'm sure you didn't do any of that with this, so...
No.
No.
I didn't damage any property. Not
Right.
one. I made sure, like, where the pizza was, it was on a tile floor. It wasn't even on the
Right.
carpet. It was a tile floor. So we, like, cleaned everything up. It was
Right.
golden.
You really covered all your bases. That's good.
Yeah, we covered the bases and we covered the pizza.
Has this whole experience from being online, what happened at the convention, and how people have reacted, has it affected the way that you see the fandom anymore? And will it affect how you approach posting in the future?
Honestly, this was my second con. This is my first ever BLFC. It's my second con ever. I've only been in the fandom since 2019 for 2 years, and I've loved it all. I've loved the people so much. The friends that I've made, like Twitter and online social media, could never trump the friends and people that support me and that I love and they love me. Like that's just so amazing to me. And I could never care anybody has to say on social media for that to change.
I think that's the right attitude, because I see a lot of anger getting thrown around, but for all the people that were at the con and for the people that know you, it's nothing but love. It's nothing but fun and
I got awful
friends.
Messages.
Yeah.
I was told to kill myself. I was told to cut
yeah.
my wrists. Like I called so many names by so many people, and they're just on the internet. And
Right.
They're just random, and that didn't really affect me. More so that affected me is that some friends that were close to me kind of jumped onto the social media train and believed social media over just talking to me, and getting my side of the story from it, because there's always three sides to a story. It's your side, their side, and the truth.
Right, and I mean, that's kind of why I wanted to have you on. I feel like it's important to hear what you have to say, not just what people are posting in comments underneath,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, no. So, for those online who are saying that this should have never been posted online, or there are kids on Twitter, even though there's 18-plus content very accessible elsewhere, does this affect how you're going to post? Do you feel like it shouldn't have been put online because it's 18-plus content?
Absolutely not. I'm not responsible for anyone's children. I
agree.
Have my own account, and I have not safe for work in the account. I block minors like as much as I can if I see them following my page or interacting with my stuff. Like there's only so much I can do to where it's almost a full-time job to moderate it. But we're not responsible for the children that see this online. I'm really not. Like it just isn't. That's not my concern. My concern is posting content that's fun for me and enjoyable for my friends and people who support me, and I can support them as well, and they're not safe for work content. I love that. And if you do safe for work content and you have like interaction with kids, that's great. That's fine. I don't have to do that. That's not
right.
I don't have to do that, and I'm not going to do that ever.
So I agree. I feel like even straight up porn websites like Pornhub and other places, it's a one-click age verification. So even they aren't being that serious about it, and there's a lot of 18-plus content on Twitter alone, especially in the furry fandom, that people coming after you for posting something like that, especially if you're not aimed to children, like I sometimes am aimed to children, I could see how people would make that mistake, not differentiating the fact that not everybody in the furry fandom is, for kids. So,
Sure.
a lot of us are adults and like to do adult things, which is fair. So, with there being plenty of people that were going to that party, and 19 confirmed toppers, how do you feel about people who were coming online worrying about stuff that was really none of their business? Like, what if people had STDs? Why isn't the responsibility falling onto other parties? Like, how do you feel that if these people reacting when they really weren't there and it's none of their concern?
I would say that I did have people who bring concerns up, like even friends bring concerns up about STDs and about how I should have people tested going to the party. And like it just wasn't viable. It's not viable to have people test. But what I actually did is I had a fresh slice of pizza that nobody liked, and I replaced it into the pizza, took a slice out, and pizza slice, and I ate it. I didn't let anybody at the party eat the pizza. I had someone who was drunk on Everclear.
Right.
this very cute blue deer that wanted to eat the pizza so badly, and I'm like, no, it's not happening. You're not touching the pizza. I know you want to so badly, but I cannot be responsible. And
right.
And I didn't let that happen, and because I know how fucked up that is, and if they got something, it would be on me, and that's not cool. And
right.
I didn't put myself at risk because I have friends that I have have fun with, and I don't want to put them at risk. That's awful.
Exactly. No, I think that's the most adult way to approach on a pizza is to make sure that if you are gonna eat it, it's only gonna be yours and only on one slice. So
yeah, so I did that. I faked it in a way. I didn't fake the 19 people pizza, but I did fake me eating it.
Right.
Is right. It's right to do. It's not right to not do it.
Yeah, and I do think that a lot of the people that were concerned, it's like, well, you should, if you weren't there, you shouldn't be concerned about what other people are doing, but you're still being safe and you're still going about it the right way. And then for the last couple questions, just basically, do you have any regrets about what happened or the whole weekend in general?
Oh my God. I mean, the day after, I went downstairs like in suit, and I had so many people say so many amazing things to me and so many sweet things. Like people were paying attention to social media more than I was. Like I didn't even they were telling me so many things, and they were just giving me all the hugs, and they wanted pictures, and like
that's sweet.
I got elevator applause. Like it was like such a fun weekend. Like,
yeah.
I didn't get a single negative comment at the entire convention. I had people just laughing and loving it, and
right, because we're all supportive and just trying to have a good time, and we all understood. Everybody who was there understood that it was just kind of like a thing that we didn't need to worry about because it wasn't any of our business. But the internet had different plans.
The internet had different plans, but that's okay because they hate us because they ain't us.
Right. I know. I feel like a lot of people who were mad online were just jealous that they weren't there.
Yeah, probably. Honestly.
And then just the last question I have is that given what you know and what you experience now, would you have done it again, going back in time, or would you decide not to?
Well, absolutely. I mean, everything happens for a reason. I would do it again any time.
All right. Well, thank you so much, John. Well, that's all I have today to really talk about as far as the questions and the pizza and the convention. I really do appreciate getting your side of the story and hearing a little bit from you. It was really nice. I appreciate the interview.
Absolutely. I'll just say I love you for doing this for me, and I love everyone that supports me and has said kind things to me. I've gotten so many messages and so many just people reaching out saying don't ignore the hate and live your best life, and that's what I'm doing. I live my best life no matter what anybody has to say about it. I know who I am and what I am, and that's all that matters.
Well, you're doing a really good job of it. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, boops! Wait, I have to do it to the camera over here. Boop.
Yeah, do it to the camera.
I'm on a different camera. I want to once again thank John Wolf for coming on here and talking to me a little bit. It was great to get some inside information and to really see what actually happened. Honestly, this whole situation could have been much, much worse. And realistically, a lot of what happened wasn't anybody's business, but it seemed like Twitter really wanted to be involved in this convention. So I say, if it's not hurting you and it's not hurting other people, what's the big deal? This was an exciting opportunity for me to actually interview somebody for once. So I hope I do get to do more of this kind of content in the future. I only really cut a little bit out of the interview, just mostly ums and ands and pauses, and blurred out some naughty words. But realistically, if you want to watch the entire interview without any of the edits, I'll post it up on my Patreon, the full unedited interview. Link in the description below. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Send this video to people if you think that they are misinformed and need a little bit of extra information. Otherwise, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!